Welcome back, everybody, to Versus Fighting 2018, where we're live with more Tekken World Tour action. My name is Ketchup, and I'm joined on the desk at last by Tasty Steve. This is quite a big moment for us, boys.
Yeah, this is true. We've never done this before. Ha! This is going to be a good time.
I've got to do the same thing. Other side. I didn't get it. Is that when we do this?
Yeah, you got to.
Is that the moment?
You got to be ready. It's the same thing. It's okay. Well, we've already seen some ridiculous matches as is. I mean, I expected nothing less. This is a Masters level event, of course. Kudon's just going down.
Oh boy, that was
an Italian stallion, might I add.
That was quite a moment.
That was actually pretty sick.
It's going to show that Europe, even though, you know, there's no getting around the fact that Europe definitely had to play catch up like the rest of the world, but Europe has definitely been up to the challenge. You know, we've seen previous tournaments here where we recently saw Kane and Trench defeat Knee in a tournament setting and then take games off in grand finals. So, you know, it definitely shows that Europe is starting to play that catch up game super well. Our next match. I've actually been looking forward to talking about this one. It's going to be PND Strikey, also East London Fighters Strikey, can't ignore that, versus the man himself, Echo Fox, JDCR.
This is going to be good. We've already seen kind of an upset earlier today. JDCR is not going to let that go down in vain. Also one of the heavy hitters here who has been one of the main contenders, not only this year, but last year for the Tekken World Tour. Oh, man. Uh-oh, what does that mean? So look, man, if you're popping off like that, you can't do that. I don't know if that was
preparing himself. He's preparing himself for the big match. For those that care, and I'm sure many of you don't, Strikey, a PND original. We go way back. Okay. 7 years worth of way back.
Oh, dang.
7 years worth of way back. And it's actually really good to see him still competing. He's obviously massively passionate about Tekken as one of his games. Yoshimitsu's his boy, I think. Are we going straight in? Yes, we are. This is a straight up match. Let's go.
Nice down two right there. Oh, big counter hit. He's going to get a wall carry with this. With authority, hits the wall,
I think immediately try to enforce a counter hit situation against Yoshimitsu is good because Yoshis love pressing buttons, right?
That's true.
Just shutting that down kind of freezes up them a little bit, but right now JDCR has definitely been the one in control. Has him near the wall too, which is not a good look.
Nice, I like, oh, there's a trade. Another down too. I like the offense he's going, just making sure he's not able to move. Like you said before, being close to Yoshimitsu kind of freaks him out. They really like to hit buttons. But that's because he has moves like Flash that keeps people on guard. But you have to be ready, especially versus a player like JDCR who loves to do sidestep, wait, punish.
Now, Strikey's he's pretty damn well versed in competitive Tekken. There's the instant unblockable takedown.
Yeah.
Okay, this is an opening. The question is, what did he get from it? Did he go coast to coast?
Yes, from wall to wall.
Seen that one before.
Oh, wow, I like this.
Strikey really loves that forward 1+2. It really is one of his sort of key normals.
It's a really good move. I think a lot of Yoshimitsus need to have that in their arsenal. Lots of block stun on top of it. Speaking of stun, that running two gets the combo down 4 to take that second round, game 1. It's not looking too good for my boy Strikey right now.
I feel like Yoshimitsu is such an amazing character at enforcing some really sort of strange mix-ups that you might not be prepared for, but if there's a player in the business that's going to be ready, it's going to be JDCR. He's so familiar with these crazy matchups, and Yoshimitsu, not a character that's going to scare him, and there we go. Immediately, I got hit by that once.
With punish?
It was, I got hit by that once, and now you're never going to hit it ever again.
Right?
Oh, my word.
They're running two once again on the wall. Strikey trying to make a comeback here. Tries to go for the unblockable setup again, like you said. It's only going to work one time. First game, that's JDCR.
JDCR's a robot, man. The second he gets hit by one thing, he will almost never get hit by it a second time.
He's like cataloged. Never going to happen again. I hope you had fun doing it, because it's never going to happen again.
Down forward one, downloaded successfully.
Diamo de Serio. The stage of choice. We're going to have a balcony on this stage. This is actually pretty good for Yoshimitsu. Yoshimitsu gets really good wall carries you saw there on the last stage. On top of that, he has a lot of moves that breaks those balconies. But I want to see what the offense is going to be from Strikey, because I feel like that's the only problem where he's lacking. He needs to stop JDCR from feeling comfortable in a lot of these situations.
Yeah, so far we're yet to see JDCR, you know, we kind of saw the down forward 1-2 a few times. Obviously there was no crouch there. I think JDCR, instead of trying to go for the crouch, he's more content just taking the block, because he's yet to be mixed after those strings land. Going in for the wall running 2B, he's going to get a knockdown, so it's still a good position. But to even crack the armor and start applying offense, you've got to make sure you get a good read. But no, gets the flash, but doesn't combo. That is so unfortunate.
Nice sidestep. Back 12. Really good offense once again. Down 4-1. Tried to get the conversion. Not going to work out, just a tad too far.
Yeah, a bit too far away for that down 2-1. Unfortunately, I would have done less damage because he was airborne regardless. But against the likes of JDCR, you've got to make sure you secure your damage. Otherwise, you're just going to give him openings he shouldn't have.
Yeah, there's a lot of positionings where, like, even though you get these combos that are really small, it's all about getting away from the wall and taking away that priority that they have. Take away that momentum so you can get something back started.
I actually love the range that JDCR is kind of dancing around just outside of Yoshimitsu's normals. You know, he has some long buttons, but they're pretty slow on startup. So if JDCR's confident standing just out of range, he's ready for those whiff punishes. Plus frames, expecting a flash right there, I'm sure.
Yeah, see, and what you pointed out is exactly true. That range gives him time to still react to that unblockable low and still react to flash. Tries to bait him out with that rage drive. Not going to take it.
Yeah, just content taking the plus frames. From that range, how is Yoshimitsu going to mix you too much? Oh, blocks the low, but no answer yet, and just goes in big with the lows. And in some ways, you kind of have to enforce those lows, otherwise he's going to block for days, and you can't crack him open.
That is true. Definitely true. Oh, rainbow. Taste the rainbow, Skittles.
So good. One of the most satisfying grabs in the game, by far.
I'm all about the cartwheel of death. I call it the wheel of fortune when he does like the back throw. I love it.
I like the one off Dragonfly myself. But just like that, 2 significant touches and he's half-life down. The thing is, he just needs to get a little bit more, and against JDCR, it's been a bit tricky so far. I
feel like JDCR is, well, I know that JDCR is one of those players that he plays so compact that he can just chip away just like this. He doesn't need to hit you more than 3 times. He's hitting you once, twice, pick up, look, and he just backs up. He knows the spacing. We've already seen this, and that's how you know, like, at wit's end. He's like, you know what? If I can't kill you, I'll kill both of us. He's like, no, bro, you're still only gonna kill yourself. I'm not.
It was the worst time where there was so much. The thing is, I actually understand the attempt because there was so much respect in the neutral there at the end. He must have understood, hey, if he's going to sit there and block, because by the end, JDCR was basically just sitting there and waiting. He was taking things that weren't launch punishable, they were unsafe here and there, taking the damage where possible, resetting back to neutral, and kind of rinse and repeating, right? That was kind of the game plan by the end. So Strikey basically understands, well, if you're going to sit there and wait, I'm going to use that against you, right? The second he made that decision, JDCR had already backdashed.
Was like, no, bro,
he was already out of there. But at that point, it was too late. It's like, I've committed now. I've committed. I've committed.
So both of us are not dead?
He didn't get the memo. That's it.
He didn't get the memo.
Didn't get the memo. But that means Strikey's going to be knocked down into the loser's bracket. JDCR moving on. To be honest, not really a surprise to us. I think we're all, you know, it's one of those things where, especially this event, if JDCR doesn't get top 8, that's going to be an upset.
That's more of an upset than anything. I feel like a lot of times you have to, I always try to state that, like, matches are sometimes the players to lose. Experience is one of the major things here, and not taking anything away from any kind of local talent. It's just a lot harder to go uphill than it is for them to go down. That's all it is.
It's one of those classic matches where, you know, the best players in the world, they're experienced for a reason. You know, they can go around, even JDCR, you know, we saw him at Dreamolition Derby last year in Munich, and it was a great opportunity for the European competition to actually get the experience against someone like JDCR, which is super valuable when a game is new. But our next matchup is actually going to be quite an interesting one. We have Sepher Black versus Bonus Jin. Now, these guys had the chance to play, obviously, off-stream if they wanted to. They specifically wanted to play on-stream, obviously, because they're both really, really prominent players. You know, Bonus Jin, a super prominent Nina in the UK. You're always going to see him around the top end of a bracket in the UK. And he's been playing Nina for a long time. And obviously, Sepher Black, super fantastic player as well. Sponsored by Dark Origin. And I believe that might be somewhat of a recent pickup too.
Okay. Well, I can tell you right now, Bonus Jin running Nina. We spoke about how little Ninas we see just in the tour overall. But this is, if you're saying that this is a Nina we need to be looking out for, especially if this is a Nina player that we're going to see at the top end of any tournament bracket, this is a player I want to see.
Bonus Jin, we were watching him play in pools actually earlier on. He did just have, in pools, a really close last match, last round, last hit situation in a Nina mirror. So he was able to, at least to be here, he won a hyper-close Nina mirror.
But
taking out Sepher Black would be a great result because these are 2 super strong European players. Bonus Jin, he's always been around in the UK. I remember, you know, the UK Championship last year. He's one of the real pioneer players from the London area. You know, he qualified from London and did super well at the championship finals. And because the game was pretty new then.
Oh wow, that's a lot of pressure. I was about to say, man, that's a lot of pressure. You're gonna put the flag on him while he's about to.
I feel like it's great, actually, because it's a great opportunity for these tournaments for the players to really, I think, be proud of where they come from. You know, everyone kind of considers Europe, yeah, of course. But there's so many different places in Europe that players come from that they're proud to come from.
Yeah, you always, I say support your locals, but the thing is about it, you still got to rep where you're from. You got to represent where you're from. You got to do it to the best of your ability. So, of course, even those little small subsects of people that play games or might be in a different territory or a different part of Europe, you still want that pride. You still got that pride coming into an event, a Masters level event at that. You want every ounce of recognition that you get from an event like this, so I definitely don't blame them.
I mean, we heard it last time, right? We heard Italy pop off against Qdans. I already saw Gerlander in the background. He was the first person screaming his guts out. And it makes sense, right? You know, you're proud of your boys conquering Titan players that are world famous. And for a reason, world champion going down.
Exactly. I mean, and I feel like even Kudan's being in this spot is more kind of like called to everybody else. It's like, man, if this guy can do it, I know I can do it. So now you have more Devil Gens just because Kudan's is the player to beat at this point.
This is such a sick matchup. So Sever Black, Miguel is his boy.
What? Wait a minute. You didn't tell me this guy was a Miguel player.
Well, I didn't want to embarrass myself just in case he wasn't using him for this tournament.
All right, I understand.
But now I know he has a Miguel. But, I mean, we've actually gone straight back into it. So it's going to be District G's bonus Jin. And it's going to be Sefer Black from Germany. Germany and UK. Interesting matchup right here.
I like the jab while standing forward just to keep him away, but he's already in the corner. Now, Miguel doesn't have very long-reaching moves, especially like where he can punish with, but he has really good special moves, especially like that.
Now, bonus Jin, especially in a matchup like this, he's going to be going in for that sort of like that bad breath, right? If he knows that Miguel has no choice but to go up close and personal, heavily runs the risk of running right into it.
Oh, blocks the string, another while standing forward. Oh, no punish.
A little bit slow on the uptake. I mean, these guys have been waiting about an hour to play, I think, because they did specifically want to play on stream. Oh, there's the wall escape. Can he whip punish? No, just went too far away.
He used the cancel to stay safe. That was so sick. Damn. Oh. That's how it works. Down 4-12. That's the throw. Double breaker. You know the rules. First round. District G. Bonus G.
No, District G have many players coming out in force right now, and I think everyone's doing well. Bonus Jin adding to the collection would be a great result for them. There's that punish. I think enforcing a big low early on is not a bad call to make. If you're going to take big risks, do it now when you've got so many rounds to work with.
Yeah, as well as with Miguel, he has a lot of good lows that can get under your skin. And they start to annoy you, and then once you start getting down there to block, that's when he opens you up. Nice down.
That really was actually wonderful positioning from Seth Black as well. Actually understanding that he's going to go in for the breath. And he stands just out of range and goes in before the active frames catch him.
Big sweep. Oh, I love this song.
It is one of the best.
It does like the, oh man.
Violent Systems.
Oh, down 4-2-1. Okay.
We should get the wall on this one.
Yeah, he's definitely getting the wall. Try to go for the big board damage. Down back 3.
I think at this level of competition, really try to optimize the best you can, but watch out. Nice whiff punish from bonus Jin, but he needs a lot more than that.
I like the checks with the down 4-1. Now, he does not have a lot of good punish moves up close, but down 4-1 really close. Down back 3, another good poking move. And you see him using a lot of that down 4-3 too, which is safe on block.
Yep, and that's going to be a great option to go, understanding that you've got the life lead too, so it's like minimal risk. Just chip away.
Yo, he just walked right through it like perfume. Get off the shoulders. You see this fluff? This is free.
Oh, really, really wonderful spacing. He's yet to be caught. Goes in for the big low, and this should be a massive, chunky punish.
Oh, the drop. You did that. You did that to him.
I'll just never speak when he punishes.
4-4-2 gets the cancel.
Oh my God!
I love that move. He pushes you, and then he hits you to get off of me.
Don't you know how rude that is?
That sounds like I'm cheering for you. I just like the move. Don't look over here. We'll talk about it later.
For me, it's the fact I think Miguel. If there's one character in the game that's going to get fed up about getting spat in the face, it's Miguel. It's like, stop that!
I'm just saying, that push is actually one of my favorite Tekken moves. And then he has 2 of them. He has 2 different pushes. It's so good. Anyways.
But bonus Jin, it was a bit of a rough game for him. I just feel like it was just a matter of Sefer Black being super comfortable in that matchup.
Yeah, he definitely was blocking, looking for a lot of things, played the proper range. I mean, as well as Miguel does not have a lot of range punishes, the fact is he plays better up close, getting under people's skin, a lot of annoying lows, a lot of plus moves, and you have to be aware when he's going to try to go for that low, and I feel like this is one of the only options you get to open him up.
Well, the thing is, Sefer Black had, I think compared to the expectation that was put on him last year, especially slightly early on, everyone really kind of expected Sefer Black to be one of the absolute, like, real top European players, and he had a couple of rough results, in some of the early Tekken World Tour, and it's really nice to see that over time he's starting to get a lot more, I think, versed in Tekken 7 World Tour, to the point where in Season 2 he's having a hell of a year.
He's abusing a lot of these big normals. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh, the multi-throw goes for the arm break. Yo, that took off a chunk.
And that's exactly why he went for it.
Speaking
Unfortunately,
of a chunk.
Immediately caught for the damage getting returned. My word.
Jeez. The damage.
I like the fact that he stayed on the ground and really didn't want to take that, but just the hop kick, eating it for breakfast. Man. That was rough.
Look, man, that's Miguel. Why would you even fight a guy that's wearing striped pants like this? Look at the way he's wearing his boots. This dude look like a pirate. Why would you fight him?
He looks like at any moment his boots could fly off.
Right?
If he kicks too aggressive, right there, that boot could have just flown off immediately.
Secret, that's exactly how I tie my boots. I got picture proof. Anyways.
Well, gets the situation. Wonderful to keep the pressure on.
Ooh. Tries to go for the push. Back 1, a really fast normal. really fast, normal, really good in up close range. Get a counter hit, you get a combo. I like calling it out right there.
Sever Black is more than content letting Bonus Jin with that breath now.
Oh,
just put in minus. You know, it almost gives him his turn for free. He's challenged it. That should be a punish.
And that's what I was talking about, those big lows. Those are going to be your opportunities to punish Miguel because he doesn't open himself up a lot, and a lot of his moves are really good on block.
Really good. Actually, it almost looked like he tried to whiff punish with that, but probably should have gone for a different option after he got that duck.
Ooh, counter hit this time with the 4-3. Oh, drops the down back too. That's not good. Low parry, big bound coming up.
There's that knowledge right there. Right. Yeah, we go for the wall.
Yeah,
so much knockback.
Yeah. Get off.
Just pulling her hair. That's so rude.
Great block.
Wonderful duck. Only a little bit left to finish the job.
Oh, just a solo jump right there. 25 seconds left on the clock. Just dashes up at nothing.
Now, when Bonus Jin's been on the back foot, he's not really been going for those big moments. You know, sometimes when someone gets really weak, they kind of go for like one of those big launches, big sweep, unsafe stuff. He's really trying to stay safe at all times.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Man, this song is too good.
It's so good to have you here, Steve. Really this is exactly what we were hoping for. All right, he's taking his turn. Again, really trying to stay super poke heavy, super safe. A little bit of chipping damage here and there.
That was bad. That was a big punish. If you block down for a 2-1, that's mad punishable. You got to take a big chunk if that happens.
He really has to be content just taking those tiny hits. He has yet to get something substantial.
I do love the string usage by Bonus Jin, though. He's doing a great job of opening up Selfie Black. Guys in rage right now.
Has to watch out. Bonus Jin in a little bit of trouble. His back's to the wall, and this is going to be match point for Sever Black. I think that should be enough, and it will be indeed. Sever Black moving on in this group. Gonna be feeling good about that one, you know, because they both really sort of wanted to have a match against each other. They're excited to play, and yeah, Sever Black's gonna come out on top this time. And
now they have it on record. That way you can go back, look at it, see what you did wrong, kind of, you know, anticipate some of the things that, you know, the other player could do, and even like matchup stuff, especially considering they're from 2 different territories. Good match to have on record.
Yeah, for sure. So our next match is going to be Millennium Genius from France. Then we have Real Menace. Real Menace, if anyone, you know, we're in the UK, right? So it's time to talk about some of our UK players. Yeah, you guys had a bit of an exchange.
I'm gonna be real, right? I'm gonna be real. So we were at the Tekken house, me and Genius, and my dude hit me with like a 20 streak in Tekken. He was working me, and I know he's just getting back into competitive Tekken, but I'm telling you, man, he lives up to the name. A lot of experience under his belt, and one of those players I'm happy to see back in the pools of death in Tekken.
Are you hoping that he now wins the tournament so you can feel better about the 20-0?
He has to win every tournament he enters.
So that you can say, I taught him everything he knows?
Yes, obviously. That's the way it works, bro. I'm taking every ounce of credit that I can get. I mean, he's a good player, though. I'm not taking anything away from him. I just feel like he would not have been this good if it wasn't for me. That's what would be the line.
If you hadn't graced our soils, then maybe it would not have been possible. But Real Menace, if you guys go from the UK, and we are in the UK for versus fighting, Real Menace was a real old school Tekken head, and he was one of the absolute best in the UK during the tag days, if memory serves me right. But with Tekken 7, it's not really been a game he's put as much time into. You know, he's always been known as a real legacy player. We saw him in the UK Championship last year, and whenever we see him play, it's the kind of player where you watch him and you understand like solid fundamentals, solid movement, optimization. Like he knows how to play Tekken. But with Tekken 7, it's not really been for a while his main grind. But whenever he comes back, he looks like solid as a rock.
He looks sharp, huh? Okay, all right. Well, I can tell you right now, he definitely has his work cut out for him. I mean, this could go one of 2 ways. Either we got some good ass Tekken on our hands, or somebody's about to get blown up. I prefer the good ass Tekken part.
Do we spell that differently in the UK? Is it A-R-S-E?
It's A-R-S-E. Yeah. I've already done the copyright part. You ain't have to worry about it.
This was some good arse Tekken.
Good arse Tekken. Good arse Tekken. I got to be careful with that R, man. It be throwing me off sometimes. Anyways, are we going back to Violent Systems? I have no problem with that. A Devil Jin versus Paul.
Real Menace.
Our match. Real Menace versus Genius. Let's get this started.
And Menace has actually been known for a while as having a really good Devil Jin. And it goes back to his fundamentals. You know, it's why this character fits him so well.
Oh, and you can tell. Nice answer there with the Electric Genius just ducking under.
It's a matchup we're super familiar with watching this day and age. 2 very, very good characters.
That's definitely true. I mean, we don't typically get to see as many Devil Jins, but thanks to Kudans, now we're seeing a lot more.
Yeah, if you have the execution to make this character a serious threat, Real Menace is going to be up for the challenge. Goes in for the immediate duck.
Down 4-2.
Launched almost straight away.
Ooh, drops the Death Fist. Not looking too sharp right now. Needs to be careful. This could definitely come back to haunt.
Oh, the second we activate that rage, the matchup changes quite significantly. Big block on the low, but...
Nice tsunami kicks for the punish. Down 1. Genius. Losing a nice chunk of life. Real Menace is looking really good right now.
And I mean, there's a lot of crowd hype here, you know, because I'm yet to see a French player on stream that the crowd is not massively behind. But that's that European life, man. They support their boys. Good grab.
Right? Oh, there's going to be a combo. 3-ring circles on the follow-up.
Give me that wall. A little bit more work left to go.
Oh, let it rock. That's a natural combo.
I just feel like he didn't believe in it.
Yeah, I mean, it happens.
Saw the electric and it just scared him off. Oof. Now we're in 50-50 town, and at that point, you can only really guess for so long.
Man, every song, I don't know what it is. It just gets me so hyped.
It's almost like when a fighting game has good music, it just becomes more exciting.
It just puts you in the atmosphere of fighting. It's so good.
Yeah, they definitely had a good job there with Tekken 7. Without a doubt. Even right now.
Oh, big counter. He kicked him in the eardrum. Equilibrium all the way off. Oh my gosh, the damage.
Oh, my word. That's a sense offender right there.
The only fighting game move that gives you real life damage.
It really does, because you feel it in your gut. You get hit by that, and you feel it in your chest the same way.
There's no way you don't clinch when you see somebody or you get hit by Death Fist.
What about if the Death Fist starts the combo against the wall, and then you do another one?
See, that's actually, I had to send it. Oh, wow.
It's just so, it's such a regular BMB, but it hits you every time.
Okay, no break on the throw.
This is an opening for Real Menace. Yep.
Lasers on the legs.
Has to watch out, though, because this is pull.
The blue stuff.
Cashing out immediately for the mix-up.
Come on, man. Come on. You just said that. You did this again. Look at the power that you have when you're on a mic. You said when they start the combo with a Death Fist, and then they do another Death Fist.
Because he just went in for the raw old mix-up right there. I'm going to spend my rage immediately. I'm going to rage drive towards the wall, and then it's my turn. I can do whatever I want. In that instance, it was a mid instead of a low.
Of course, Genius one of those legacy players. He's been around for quite some time. Like I said, he has made his foray back into the thralls of the Tekken World Tour. Points definitely on the line. I'm glad he actually came out. Didn't even expect to see him here, so I'm actually really happy. Real Menace, though, I see exactly what you're talking about. A very sharp player. I can tell by how tight his inputs is that he knows exactly what he wants to do. I just feel like he's not able to get to that position where he can really, truly start his offense. And
if you play Paul and you are coming back and you're such a legacy player, as we mentioned, like, he's such a good character for that. Because it's just big, gutsy mix-ups that if you're brave, you know, massive reward right there.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. I like the check right there. And then the duck under while standing 1-4. So nice by Real Menace. Duck on the low.
Not afraid to play clean is Real Menace. And again, speaking of which, there it is.
The knowledge. He knows that does not jail, and he's going for clean punishes in between. Genius in trouble.
Whiffing the electric, but no whiff punish. A bit too far away. There we go. More damage, but...
Could have did one while standing 1-1-2 to
He's super content in this game, just letting Genius swing at him. He's just paying it so patiently.
Oh, wow. The knowledge of the fact that he's ducking in between these unjailed strings is another thing. It's not a lot. That's a high-level strat.
Because it's almost like just not fearing getting hit. Because if you know the option's there, getting hit doesn't really matter.
Tsunami kicks again. Real Menace is looking real strong. Hell sweep. This could be the round if he plays it right.
Also, one of the first times we actually saw Menace go for Hell sweep right here. And there it is. Close now with the low. Again.
Real Menace making a comeback like nothing. Like that first match didn't even happen.
It almost feels like in the first game.
Oh
my God. I mean, a few more of those, he'll be in business.
You sound so distraught. Oh, my God.
You never get used to it. You never get used to it.
Jabs him out.
Yeah, it's floated, so it's going to be scaled, but he's going to get set up.
Yeah, goes for OP instead. Doesn't take the Death Fist. Knew it wasn't going to kill. And look at the jab. Just picking him apart. Answers back with the perfect. He lets you know that you may be doing pretty good right now, but I'm not asleep at the wheel.
I mean, if you start the round with a Death Fist and it connects and it does substantial damage, you can then start to play slow and calculated for the rest of the round because you kind of got that difference to work with. Oh, watch out for the whiff. Chop him.
Oh, Das Boot. No. Goes for the cancel instead. Real Menace playing some good defense.
Yeah, giving a good amount of knowledge to Genius, though, knowing that when Menace blocks that, he goes low, expecting the low launch.
Oh, wow, standing 2 for the punish. Hell's Gate.
That's going to be a great start. A little bit more than that. I really feel like once we have this mid-screen, I do feel like it favors Menace. I think now we're in Infinite, I do rate his chances a bit higher.
What did I say? It was all about getting in positioning to start his offense. Completely changed how this match was going. Where's Chuck? Slam. Down back 2, nice block. Genius not out of this yet.
Tries to stay as safe as he possibly can, and there it is.
Twin Lancer down 4-1-2. All right. we're on the verge. This is definitely some good-ass Tekken we're watching right now. Nice, slow, steady pace, explosive combos. This is why I do this.
I think from what we just saw right there, this next matchup is going to be dictated pretty heavily by the stage.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's going to... All right, so
Twilight Complex.
I feel like I favor Paul here.
I mean, I feel like, yeah, you're right. You're definitely right. The more walls, the more damage, the more Paul. That's really all it is.
And there's also the fact that it's pretty small, right?
Yes.
Up top, it's a lot smaller. The second we went into Infinite, I think the strategy Real Menace was playing was heavily built around kind of just letting Genius go in. And then when he went in, he kind of knows his options when he blocks, or even in some cases gets hit. So we can play that mid-screen game, and I can do that, and he'll be laughing all day of the week. But now we have the walls. I think his option to kind of sit there patiently gets cut short quite significantly, doesn't it?
And you have to be careful because even if you get like a hell sweep, if you're really too close to the wall, that's going to shorten that combo damage. I mean, you still get the Oki, you still get like the little chunk. However, this definitely benefits Paul a lot more than it benefits Double Jump.
And almost immediately, Genius acknowledging that goes in without question.
Because he knows no matter where, he's going to have a wall at his front, left, back, or side. He knows that he's always okay. And he still has a breakable balcony to go down as well. And, man, Real Menace is ducking under these strings like he knows, like he plays the character himself.
No fear whatsoever, but he's going to get the wall rising. But he needs so much more than that. He just cannot block correctly at the last minute when it really is low or mid. Gotta guess, mate.
So I'm going to tell you, like, when you're fighting Paul, it's always good to know what you're looking at. However, you need to be careful constantly ducking. He has a lot of moves that can still catch you. Speaking of getting caught, that electric, Real Menace is going to get some real carry right here.
That's going to be an early gear, I think, in the ignition. But he's going to get that low, good knockdown. Excellent pressure near the wall, but he has to be so careful on those techs. One tech, I think, can put him in a really bad spot.
Oh, down 4-1, one round apiece. I like how people out in the crowd are like, yo, let's go. They're like clenching their fists like they're playing.
This is a good series, man.
I see you.
This is a good series. I don't blame him.
Good arse Tekken.
Good arse Tekken.
Oh, hell sweep. But this is what I was talking about. Really close to that breakable balcony. Still going to get the wall, though.
Ooh. Doesn't get the final hit.
Yeah. Oh
my God.
3. Balcony. No, the wall is saving this man.
Trying to anti-air jump in. You should know better than that.
Oh. Oh, wow. This is he's got that that rage. You got to be careful. No punish the blue stuff.
I feel like Genius is, he's not shy for just really blowing that early. You know, just not being afraid to go for the rage, trying to establish a good situation from it. But in some instances, I feel like it's getting kind of obvious. And Menace is just so content sitting there and letting him spend it.
This dude, Real Menace, though.
In that electric.
Oh, the trade.
Definitely a trade that favored Genius, not just damage, but positioning. Goes in for the low again, and Menace so unlikely to be caught by that.
How can he see these lows?
It's that solid fundamentals, man. He's just so solid at Tekken 7. Even if he doesn't play it as much as everyone else, it's still like the knowledge is there.
Are you
the legacy
sure?
is
Are
there.
you sure he doesn't play?
I mean, he plays the game, but it's not like hyper grind like everyone else.
Well,
sometimes, yes, but obviously for versus fighting, I assume so.
Broken plate.
Oh, again! Oh, block low this! Watch out.
Oh,
oh
Demo man! Final round of the set. I'm gonna stand up.
John Spawn. Simon Phoenix.
I like this. And look, now he's not guarding the legs anymore.
He's just, right now I feel like he's not entirely confident where he should block because the 2 mids he ate were chunky mids.
And now look at this. Now he's opening him up. Look how he's chopping away at the life. Oh, see, now he's ducking because he has him ducking. Real Menace has to do something.
This is just conditioning 101. If you want an example, watch this game.
They don't call him genius for nothing.
I mean, right now, this is a dangerous situation. On the verge of perfect! Oh, and it's going to be at the last possible second.
That was a really good set, though. Yo, Real Menace, that was godlike. I have to start watching this dude, too. Yo, Real Menace, do you actually play Tekken? He told me you don't play Tekken. Do you play Tekken? You look like you play Tekken.
He's shaking his head.
You look like you play Tekken. I'm going to be real.
It's one of his games.
It's one of his games? Yo, bro, you need to write a book. I'd read that book. I would definitely read that book.
Some good-ass Tekken.
That was some good-ass Tekken.
Good-ass Tekken. But either way, actually, I think it was actually a nice display of, I think, adaptation on the fly. The second those lows were pretty much getting non-stop scouted out, it was Paul. If Paul knows you're blocking low,
yeah,
then it's
he gets the party. He's like, yo, I got a death fist with your name on it. He's got a death what? Durr! I like it. Either way, I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. Joined by my boy Ketchup on commentary. This is Versus Fighting 2018. I'm having an amazing time. I hope you guys are. Make sure you tweet it out. Hashtag TWT, points are on the line. I'm having fun. Are you having fun?
It's sick, man. It's exactly, so far, it's exactly what I think we've been hoping to see. But I think we actually see Gerlander stepping up to the plate. We're going to see some Katarina.
Oh, man.
And Gerlander actually had a pretty impressive year last year. And Katarina, you don't really see this character get picked at all.
Yeah, early on you used to see a lot of Katarinas. She's one of those beginner-friendly characters, has a lot of strings. However, once you start to understand her game plan, you know you can duck at certain spots.
Yeah.
A lot of her, almost every one of her lows are launch punishable. So you have to be careful on that. And that's one of our only ways to open you up. Has really good pokes. Down 4-1 is there too. Great punishes, great launches, a good hop kick. But she does have a problem where she has to commit to some lows and situations just to get that big damage.
And if you're going to maximize these kind of characters that have those weaknesses, I think playing Fearless is what you have to do. You know, if you are going to play a character that has to kind of really go in for those lows that can be answered back quite heavily, Yoshimitsu is very similar. If you're going to relish that character, you know the risks you have to take. And if you're not afraid to go for them, then it's like, well, fair enough. Then from that point, it goes into conditioning, like what we just saw right now with Real Menace and Genius, where, you know, it was the mids can be punishable, yeah, sure. But the second you've put it in the other guy's brain to block a certain way because you've done it so many times, that one round you win in like 2 touches is because you went the other way.
True.
Do you know what I mean? True. So we'll see. We'll see how this one goes. Except for Black, obviously, it's actually going to be Miguel versus Katarina. I mean, I don't know how many times you've seen that matchup.
Not much. I've played it a few times myself. Not the most fun thing in the world, but I feel like the fact that Miguel can close that gap pretty fast. He has a lot of special moves that can clip while moving around. Forward 4 is one of the better tools that he has. I feel like that really helps him out in this matchup. That down forward 3, not even just a down forward 3 too, because if he catches you sidestepping, he can really start to open you up. So I feel like it's a touch and go. It's going to be a back and forth kind of match. I want to see what the neutral is going to look like before I say anything.
Oh man, if memory serves right, you know, Gerlander had a really impressive showing at EVO Japan, right? That was such a really good tournament for him. I believe he beat quite a few players. I think Peeling was one of the players he was able to take down there. Yeah, he was the highest placing European.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
It was a really good tournament for him. Really, really good. But I think that was a great start. You know, EVO Japan happened right at the start of the year, and then that kind of goes into Tekken World Tour afterwards. So if you can have a really good start there, kind of feeds a lot of your morale going into the future events.
Definitely true. So do you know what this fruit is that Miguel bites into when he walks up?
It looks like an apple.
It looks like an apple. We're not sure that it's actually an apple.
Personally, I think it's an apple.
Okay.
Because of the crunch. If you listen to the crunch, only an apple makes that crunch.
I like the fact that you said that. We definitely have this discussion, me and Rip, about what kind of fruit that was. But more on that later. This is going to hurt.
Yes, it will. And this is actually a fantastic stage for Katarina because there's so much scope for constant wall splats.
And there's like a bunch of angles as well, which really help her out.
All right, we get the big low. We're just going to really bet the farm on that.
Oh, I like the cancel on the power crush launcher.
Oh, tries to whip punish a bit too far away. Doesn't commit to the entire hop kick. Good call. Stay a little bit safer.
Yeah, and no punish. There's a trade. Oh, wow. Sephi Black is so lucky right there. That could have went a completely different way. Anything's going to do it.
Oh, I mean, until that final hit lands, he's still in it, especially with Rage.
Oh, back one. I told you, back one gets the great. Wow, okay.
You think it's your turn, and he slaps you around the face, and you've lost.
I'm just saying, man. And he goes on 1 foot when he does that. The balance you need to do that just to stun somebody? Anyways.
With that force?
Right?
A man's man.
Oh. Yeah, that wall actually messed up that Katarina combo.
Yeah, definitely caught him at a really funny axis. Actually, put him in a bad spot because now his back is to the wall. That definitely was not the result we wanted. And there's another counter hit.
One. No, the drop.
Watch out right there. Super unsafe snake edge.
Okay. Tried to make up a combo there. I don't blame him.
Even after that tech, Gerlander remains in the wall. That's not good. One more. There it is.
Okay. All right. 1 round apiece. I like the jab. Just
really nice whiff punish, actually.
Yeah, you see how he's backing up. Katarina's like, yo, you know what? I don't want to be too close. I know that you got this move, this back one has hit me a few times. I got to be really careful. Not swinging so much in that range and sidestepping to the left to make sure not even close enough for him.
Just good knowledge, you know, on the fly adaptation. Even though, yeah, it's best of 3. 3 out of 5 rounds, you know, 1 round can be all it takes to get the knowledge you need. Doesn't commit to the final hit. No, it's duckable.
I like that, the 1-2-4, just to see. Punish.
Take the damage where he can. Now he gets a good position. Watch out right there.
Down 4-1-1, breaks the throw.
Keeps him near the wall. Right, has to try and fight his way out. They're getting caught by a couple of pokes right there. Gets the wall escape. It's not going to be enough.
This wall looking pretty good. He's been saving Katarina for so long.
I mean, the timer's not on his side anymore, and Sephi Black is going to play it as safe as possible. Doesn't want to eat that rage out, because that really was the only way I think he could get back in it with the health he had left.
But that's when you got to play safe. You know, if you got a huge life lead and you're like, look, This guy only has a few choices. Open me up with something crazy or be that solid.
All right, hop kick. One of the first times we've seen the full connections. That's going to lead to really fantastic damage, and we get the wall on the end. Let's take it, guarantees. Oh, and the perfect one answer back from Gerlander.
Okay, all right, Gerlander, I'm listening. You have my attention.
They trade it. It's going to be a grab for a button, and that button's going to be in Gerlander's favor all day of the week.
I like the 1-1 check. Now just trading force.
I take my turn, you take your turn, my friend. But now things are getting a little bit critical. Super weak for both of them. One big launch will take it. Oh, the sidestep.
Get off of me. Next hit from Miguel. She'll put him in the rage. In the rage. Oh, there it is.
Now the question is, if he gets opened up, will he even have a chance? Whiffs it! And the catch from Gerlander. The patience to wait for that button. Just catch it.
He was playing so safe that entire time. Took his time. Waited for the opening. That's what got him that round. They were going back. Like I said, they were going back and forth the entire time.
But there was definitely a distinct lack of crushes that we saw by the end of it. You know, it was more Gerlander understanding that that really was, I think, the elephant in the room when it comes to their poking game. And he just started falling for it less and less, you know, to slightly better positioning, a little bit more patience, not walking into it, which is what we saw at the start of the first few rounds. But what's the stage going to be?
Oh,
that's one of your favorites.
Yeah.
One of your favorites.
It's only because, like, there's a good part of this song that nobody hears. It gets to the end, and it's like a little segment where it's like sick. Other than that, man, it goes ham.
I got the stage wrong, by the way. I'm not wearing my glasses. Nice. I personally, it's definitely not the same. But I'll listen out for it.
Okay. Not a big whip punish.
But again, we're really going back to that safer game for another time, just trading it, you know. If they go unsafe, they go unsafe by a couple of hits, and that's it. Nothing too substantial. Oh, Savage!
Oh,
no!
I missed the down 4-1.
That would have done more than even the life. That would have put Gerlander in the lead, and now he's in a terrible spot for the tech. That's going to be a start.
Trying to get away from their wall. I know why, Katarina. It's okay.
Does not feel like Gerlander is winning that back and forth game this time. That was not a solid round.
Right there.
Seven black. It's a lifeline. If being down one game, you know both these guys want to move on in this side of the bracket. That comfort zone is so important, especially with the amount of players and killers we have later on.
Really good spacing.
Doesn't want to pull the trigger on it, though. I think he's really fears getting caught by that counter hit. Oh.
Not going to be able to get a combo. Once again, this round is playing out exactly like this last round we saw.
Actually, almost felt like that downfall one was a bait. Whiffed it from really far away and just ducked.
Oh,
there it is.
That's going to hurt. Gets the break. Oh,
yep.
We get the tailspin? No.
Not quite. Goes for one button too many and it drops. There's a sidestep. Back turned, a lot of damage taken.
What a block, no punish. Still really close.
The low parry.
But the wall. Oh, okay, all right, okay.
That was a great decision. Absolutely clutch decision. Easily could have gone south right there, but there's a catch. No come. That's an unfortunate drop right there. And it seems just too far away.
Yeah, that's just a sign of good spacing. Ugh. That's that 4-4 I was talking about. See, I has tracking. The minute you tried the sidestep, clipped him as soon as he moved.
And there's that knowledge. Okay, here we go. Gerlander should get a break. Can we finish it with something substantial? Yes, we can. Another one. Oh, no!
Oh, wow. Completely whipped. Breaks the one throw.
I mean, he can't lose the round. He cannot lose the round because that was the round on a silver plate.
Another throw break.
Has to watch out right here. And with Rage, that's it. One clean opening into a launch with the Rage, and he's dead. That's not enough.
This part.
That's pretty cool.
You see?
I'll believe you. I'll believe you. But that was a crucial round to take.
Yeah, it was really important. Round. And this is what we saw last time. Gerlander actually brought it back last time. Knockdown. Was that guaranteed? Oh, I got to test that.
Well, he's going to be happy with it anyway. Back to the wall. Fought his way out a little bit, though, just through block alone. Nice amount of pushback. Yeah, he's going in for those long-range lows. We're going to go for a big low. Try and do it slightly further away. Sidestep. Again. That's not the first time we've seen a big risk pay out, but no combo, you know.
Down 4-1-2. Seppi Black. He's like, oh, man. La Mira. Max the camera. Oh, I love this character.
Because you can just hear it.
Yeah.
Even if you don't see it, you can hear it. But I feel like in that one situation in that game, Gerlander caught a couple of really crucial launches off great decisions, but he would consistently be either slightly too far away or slightly too late, and the combos would drop every time. So when you leave that damage on the table, something that would otherwise be big risk, big reward becomes low risk, big reward.
Yeah.
If you're not getting the damage, then why does he have to worry?
Yeah, and that's a part of like why spacing is so important in Tekken. That's why you see a lot of players get to that range, because even though it's rare, you get a punish, you see people that run up and they need that extra space. I've personally been in situations where I've hidden characters and like they're so far away that I can't get my combo. All right.
So here we go. This is going to be a super, super pivotal game for both of these players. Miguel versus Katarina, man. These kind of matchups you see in Europe. Some real character specialists that have knowledge with the game, but also like an immense amount of skill with the character. Yeah, no one wants to overextend. Oh, yeah. Ready for the whiff punish. That was so quick, so clean.
Down 4-1. Goes for that savage knee. Hop kick.
We haven't seen him go for many of those, but when he has, he's been bang on the money. We're going to get the wall as well. Damage!
I like that. Up 4-3, 2-2.
Now he's just trying to stay super safe, but easier said than done with Katarina with Rage. Is he going to go for a big payout? Yeah, he fishes for it.
I like how Sephi Black is actually slowing this down. Like I said, this is definitely a touch-and-go kind of match. That's why they're playing like this. Like I said, Miguel doesn't have a lot of moves where he's going to be able to punish. He has to make a few hard calls in a close proximity.
I think you need to be very comfortable sort of chipping their life down. You know, you're not going to get those, with the exception of things like those brave hop kicks, you're not going to get like massive payouts all the time. It's just footsies here, good catches there. Like, you got to be comfortable with that playstyle. And just how many hop kicks is Sephi Black going to land on the money?
He's gotten him swinging, man. That's the bad part. You don't want to keep swinging back at him, because if he's ready for it, that hop kick is going to catch you every time. You've seen it 2 times there.
But this is a confident match point for Sephi Black. But Gerlander answering back with his own. Now this should be the wall. Nice man distance, cash out. Let's take it. Yes. There's the damage right there with the tech.
Okay, 4-4-2-1. That was a great cancel.
Has to try and watch out. Yeah, you do not want to walk into one, but the Ranger! He's going to armor through, and that should be more than enough damage. What an answer back from Sephi Black. And he saved the armor there until the last possible second. That's going to be it. The handshake's already come through. That's game over. Sephi Black moving on 2-1.
Rage art, man.
It takes so long as well. On the receiving end, you have no choice but just sit there and just allow it.
Yeah.
Just allow it, man.
Well, like I said before, I knew it was going to be a touch-and-go match. But speaking of a touch-and-go match, our next opponents coming up, we have Echo Fox's JDCR versus Millennium Genius representing France. This is going to be a good match.
It will. It's a matchup that I think both of these guys are going to be super used to. I'm expecting Dragunov versus Paul. And I think in the Tekken World Tour, we've seen that a couple of times already, that matchup. But, you know, it's for good reason. And I feel like with these really sort of common matchups, you know, there's no flash here, there's no tricks. It's who plays Tekken better than the other. At this point in time, you know, we know JDCR is a complete machine, and he is one of the best in the world without a shadow of a doubt. But there's been a couple of, you know, Game 1 instances where he's kind of, you know, not played perfect, and that's been taken advantage of. But for the most part, he plays perfect all the time.
Yeah, it's kind of intimidating to a lot of players coming in who say, hey man, I'm not seeing what JDCR does is different from another player, right? And then they play him and it was like, man, I couldn't lock him down. Like, what happened? Like, he would just sidestep, whiff punish, sidestep, block. He's always moving. He never gives you a chance to hone in on what he's gonna do.
I remember at Evo last year, my good friend of Foxy Grandpa was in the same Tekken pool as JDCR, and he fought JDCR, and he's, you know, familiar with a bunch of games and everything else. When he fought JDCR, it was, I mean, first things first, it was a complete bloodbath, 100%. Poor old Foxy. However, what he said after the match was, I have never fought someone that played a fighting game so flawless.
Yes.
He felt like, I just cannot touch this guy. It is very hard AI difficulty that has been programmed to never get hit. That's what it was like to play JDCR. You know when you go to the arcade and they like rack the difficulty up to maximum to take all your money? That's JDCR and human.
They just got a little JDCR down there in the machine. Yeah, I'm going to put my game on JDCR mode where I can't win. That should actually be a mode. I'd be down for that.
Just maybe in the next Tekken.
Right? Bandai Namco, make that happen.
That's our official pitch right there.
JDCR mode, yeah, man, it's really hard. Can't even hit this guy.
But that said, well, all we can really hope right here is that Genius can essentially do what he's done all day and play not afraid. That's the big thing, right? You know, so many times when you see players fight the likes of like a Korean god, many players that have the skill and they have the ability, when they fight the best of the best, they almost forget that they are as good as they know they are.
Oh yeah, I mean, but I feel like that's like the power of like fighting a top player. Like you start fighting a name at certain points, and you have to be aware that, you know, they're humans too. They make mistakes. You can make them, you know, misstep, miscalculate with something you can punish.
You can punish JDCR's down 2 the same way you can punish a regular Dragunov player's down 2. You know, that is unchanged. It's how they use it. And he's already really conditioning with that down 2. Really trying to enforce that threat. And he knew. He had so much time to just sit there preemptively. And he still knew.
Ducking the entire time. I'm assuming this is still winner's side. Tries to go for that blue death fist. JDCR says, nah, man.
And I think he's seen it once or twice, so he knows that if he has good frames and he has a good amount of space for neutral, he can kind of take these buttons no matter what button Genius presses. He's going to lose, Rage Drive or not.
See, but you see Genius, he knows when he's overcommitting, and a lot of times he just cancels.
Which is a good call to have. You know, you don't want to overextend against JDCR. He will chew you up for that. But this is a significantly better round. Wonderful tech. Unfortunately, the tech has actually put him in the wall to the point where JDCR might have even wanted that tech.
Yeah, the two throw from Dragunov, even if you break it, it gives you a side switch. So that's a really good observation, like you said.
Oh, trying to play it safe. Goes in for the big roundhouse, and the answer back, he's dead. 100%. Go on, give us the noise.
Oh. Look how he bounces off the ground like a domino. That's crazy. All right, here we go.
There's something very scary about Dragunov. I can't put my finger on it. Maybe it's the fact that he looks weird and doesn't talk.
Yeah, I think he's mute, man. I think story mode, he's mute.
Apart from when he sings. Oh, wonderful launch. Optimization. We're going to get the wall here. Let's finish it. Oh, wonderful stuff.
Oh,
Stomp!
Oh, the stomp on top of it.
How much damage did that do?
Too much damage. Down 2.
JDCR would say just enough. There's the tech. Wonderful, but it's a lot more than that needed. That's a small victory of many he needs, and now the rage is gone. Yeah, take the cancel. Take the cancel all day, every day.
All right. This is an uphill battle. We just talked about how good of a player he is and how he looks for. He lets you hang yourself in a lot of instances, and he's really good at chopping away at that tree, I like to say. Because he gets close, and you're like, well, is he going to go low or is he going to go mid? And he's like, down 2, down 2. Down 2. You're like, all right, I'm going to block the down 2. He's like, down 4-1. You're like, oh, what do I do now?
It's like the second you have sort of like calculated how he's approaching you, he's already hit you with way more attacks than you would in that space of time. Because he plays so fast. That's one thing about JDCR. It's really aggressive. Very sort of smothering-like game plan. And that's the efficient way to play Dragunov, you know?
Yeah, he's really scary, especially when it comes to just the fact that running 2 is such a good tool. Down 2, a really good tool. Really good punishes, clean launches.
Safe mids. And right there's the plus frames. Counter hit on the down 2, so that's going to be good knowledge, knowing that after that plus frames, Genius does try and challenge, and we're going to get a wall ender as well. Not a huge amount of damage, but the positioning is more than good enough, and again, the wall rising 1+2 to say, see you later, mate.
That 4-3 on the wall from JDCR. One of the more unconventional moves from Dragunov.
Oh, there it is!
Wow, back in the game. That's all it took. Demo Man.
Oh, but he commits the whole thing, and there is the punish.
On the wall. You don't... I see where that could have been a mistake, though, especially considering he didn't get a clean hit with the Demo Man.
In the world of Demolition Man, I'm sure hell sweeps are illegal.
Obviously, man. They don't even have guns, you know?
Wearing berets will be illegal. Having Paul's hair is illegal. Oh. Again, really trying to sort of slow the pace down a little bit, but there it is. The second he catches anything that's unsafe, he takes it.
I was about to say, yeah.
There's that pickup as well. Take the plus frames. Challenges it with armor. Did he press a button?
Nah.
He knows.
He knows. He knows. He's aware of when you freak out, and he's always prepared. He's like, oh, yeah, you're freaking out now. Watch this. You're going to do rage art.
It's almost like sometimes JDCR enforces plus frames that are so plus, knowing you have armor. That in itself is the biggest bait. You know, he's given you an opening for that exact reason. And then you feel like you can't fight back. Like, what do I do?
Because you feel like it was a gift, like he gave it to you.
And you took it happily.
Right?
Okay, he's going to get damage as well. Trying to fight back. Going for a couple of buttons here that are pretty crouchable. Big reads, no fear. There's the plus frames again. Enforcing it back to back. Challenging it with a stomp. And he cannot get the up attack. JDCR with a very comfortable 2-0 right there, Steve.
I don't blame him. That's just experience you got to take. I mean, obviously you come in with the intent to win, you know. You come in and say, you know what, I want to beat this player regardless of how good they are. However, it's a different play. It's a completely different game when you're sitting there having to deal with it in person. Regardless, Our next match is getting set up on the stage, and I hope you're ready because we are going to take a break. And when we come back to Versus Fighting 2018, there will be more Tekken action with Ketchup, myself, when we return.